Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Ray in Focus. Today's episode is going to be short. Yes, it's going to be short. I have everything written down on my iPad, and I will be reading for the most part from my iPad. Um, but I want to talk about using our emotions as a compass. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Generally as human beings, right, we have guidance coming from all angles. Our parents, our mentors, friends, aunties, uncles, and most importantly from God, you know. Um but sometimes, when seeking guidance, I feel like we ignore some, really, really, really good form of guidance that we already have, like God has already given to us. We ignore emotions, especially when um we're talking to earthly mentors. I'm not saying earthly in a bad way, I don't know how to phrase it, but like, you're talking to your mentor, you're talking to your dad or your friend or your auntie, and then this person says, "Oh, don't do it this way, do it this way, don't do it that way, do it this way," right? You ignore what you're feeling, and your emotions literally a lot of the time they tell you what you need to know, right? Um, so for you to use your emotions as a form of guidance, you need to be able to identify your emotions first of all, right? um you need to ask yourself questions like, am I angry? Am I hurt? Am I sad? you know am I anxious? Am I excited? Am I at peace? Like, what is going on with me, right? You need to first be able to answer these questions for you to like figure out, you know what your body or what your feelings are trying to tell you. um at the end of the day, every feeling has a purpose. Everything that God has given to us has a purpose. But yeah, the first thing I have here is anger. I know we normally associate anger with like bad things, um we see a lot of people see anger as a bad emotion. um I believe it's only a bad emotion when it's unnecessary, if you get what I mean. Because your anger is protecting something important to you. Um, if you want to see a mother's anger mess with her child, right? She would not be angry if that child did not mean anything to her. Do you get? So yeah, anger is not, to me, it's not a bad emotion. Only when, it is unnecessary. The second thing here is sadness. Sadness is reminding you about what your heart cares about. When you lose something, you lose someone that you care about, that you love. um you feel sad. When you go when you visit family and you have to leave, in a way you feel sad. um yeah, it basically just tells you, oh, you care about this thing. This happened, you're sad about this because you care about this person, you care about this thing. Anxiety is you asking for clarity, basically. It's asking for clarity, for safety, for reassurance. When you're anxious about things, it's normally because you don't know what the outcome is going to be, or you don't have all the answers, you don't know what's going on, right? um but yeah, that's what anxiety is basically. So you put you either put your trust in God or you try to figure out what is going on, right? Because a lot of the times as human beings, there's things we have to do on our own, like we have to do with the help of God, of course, but there's things we have to do for ourselves, right? Yeah. So and also peace. peace. Okay, perhaps be serious. Peace is telling you that this is where you belong. Peace is telling you that everything is okay. Peace is telling you that everything will be fine, you know. Um Basically, when you're doing the right thing, when I'm let me speak for myself. When I'm doing the right thing, I know that my mind is always at peace, you know. When I'm with the people that I know that I should be with, you know, I'm at peace. If I am somewhere that I should not be at, I ask myself questions, you know. And excitement. Excitement points you towards opportunities, you know, that matches your growth, you know. Excitement is for future things, things that, you know, just happened, you know, just joy, happiness, all of that. Um I guess what I'm trying to say is your emotions are not the enemy, they are the messenger. Um when you embrace your feelings, when you understand your feelings, when you start listening to them, they become a compass, a direction, a quiet voice that says, this person drains you, or this person helps refill you, or this space makes you shrink versus this space makes you grow, or this opportunity makes you come alive. Um, you don't have to justify how you feel. You don't have to argue with your body's warning signs. You don't have to apologize for the emotions that rise up in you. They are messengers, not weaknesses. Yes, we listen to advice. Yes, we take advice from people. But at the end of the day, we talk to God, right? And we listen to what he is telling us. Um yeah, we get direction. Some of these things, some of these messages that God sends us is through our emotions. Because if you're uncomfortable in a space, it's telling you maybe you shouldn't be there, right? Um, yeah. And lastly, remember to always ask yourself, check in with yourself. What is my heart trying to tell me? What feels heavy? What feels peaceful? What feels like home? And what doesn't? What feels godly? And what does not feel right? Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to just control your emotions, it is to understand them and trust that they are guiding you toward the life you were always meant to live, with prayers and other people's guidance, of course. But at the end of the day, you know, you see it. Ah, you take the advice, you sieve it, and you know, you do what is right, basically. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Um, this is Rain Focus. Please, once again, like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, you know, all of that. And I will see you on the next episode. Have a wonderful day, nights, all of it. Bye, guys.